really key strategy to use when working with drama in the classroom is what we call teacher in role. Now, sometimes people can feel a bit intimidated by that and say, oh, well, if I don't feel confident acting, so I don't think I can do that. But really, it's not necessarily about acting per se, so much as playing an attitude. And it's also about entering into the story with the children. So it's stepping outside of the instructor role, saying, you do this, and now I step back and let you do it, and actually entering into the story and exploring along with the children. We often think we need to take a high status role so we can control the action from within the drama. But in fact, there's lots of choices you can make about how to enter the drama and what kind of role and what kind of status to play. And so, for example, you can talk about high status roles, but sometimes it can be really effective to come in a low status role.
Yeah, and the great thing about being in a low status role is that it alters the dynamics of the classroom as well. So it means automatically the students are bestowing their knowledge onto you, and you're also learning together, and you're almost you're on their level in a sense too, and you don't have to know everything. So if you were in a high status role, you're almost like an expert, and you would be...
For example, with the one we're looking at, if I said I'm going to be playing a park ranger, then I'm going to have to know and do some research, about that role and different things about maybe environments, habitats, animals and that. Whereas if Hannah's a novice, a trainee, then she's here to learn. So when you're working with teacher in role, sometimes it does help to use some simple props or materials, some objects, costumes, to help signal to the kids that you are working in a different role. It can be as simple as saying, when I put on my hat, I'm going to be working in role today. Or just putting on a jacket and then starting to speak a little bit differently and entering into the fiction in that role.
A simple piece of prop or costume just immediately suspends the students' disbelief that you are no longer their teacher, you are whatever character you have chosen to be.
Good afternoon everybody, I'm Dr. Rita Strong. At the moment I've got a job working with national parks, and I'm very excited to be here today because we've got our 2-day training program with all of our wildlife carers. So I know some of you are quite experienced. You've been working, looking after and rehabilitating and rescuing different animals and birds for quite some time. But we've also got a whole lot of new trainees today, which is just terrific. So welcome. It's going to be great because we can share our knowledge with each other.
Thank you, Dr. Strong. Today is a really good day to be learning all about looking after wildlife, because we actually have somebody knocking on our front door right now.
And what's that? Oh, he's lost and he's sad and he doesn't know the way home.
Did it fall out of a tree?
Well, we don't know. We think so, because kookaburras do normally live in a tree, don't they? But
I believe so, yes. So I'm sure that here today we've probably got someone who knows quite a bit about birds.
Oh, I'm so glad. So we've come to the right place. It's okay.
I guess there's some other... So as well as teacher in role, the other way that you can work with kids, and often this is in between the fairly structured learning experiences or explorations and then dramatic play, where the kids are, it may be that you've got a corner set up where there's props and materials and they can explore and experiment and extend with very little teacher intervention. There's an in-between role that's, you can talk about co-playing. You can enter into it and say things like, well, I wonder what might happen if, or then you can come in as a character into their play and make suggestions and take it, and add to that story.
Yeah, play with them.
Play with them, that's right. And sometimes they will lead, and sometimes then you can lead as well.
Hannah, oh, we've got a friend, Kathy.
We do. Where did you come from? You don't belong here.
Oh my, you definitely do not belong
Hello.
here.
Where did you come from? Oh, you're lost and you don't know how to get home.
Oh no.
Oh, what could we do?
I think we need
to
to
help us. Who could we call to look after this little kookaburra until we find his way home?
Perhaps.
Who looks after animals when they're lost?
Kathy, a park ranger perhaps?
Yeah, let's try and call a park ranger and see if we can help this little guy until we find his way home.
The poor thing. Don't worry, we'll get you
We'll
home.
take care of you.
So these types of drama-based episodes can be embedded throughout the curriculum at different times, and they can be used as sort of the motivation and the stimulus for different kinds of learning, but then they can actually draw on that learning. So for example, with these experiences we're going to be looking at, in other lessons throughout the week, kids could be actually learning about different kinds of animals and birds, and you could allocate each child a different one to learn about, so they could be then able to draw on that knowledge within the drama experience.
And it then means that when the teacher is in role as a park ranger, that each student does have something specific.
It's really important often then to use questioning within the drama, using different kinds of open-ended questions that then you can draw on kids' knowledge, but then also get them to show you their knowledge as well as tell you about it.
What are some Australian birds? Does anybody know? Can anybody tell me how those birds might move? They fly. Can anyone tell me whether I could find a wombat in a tree? I've heard they live in trees. Is that right? And koalas, do they hop? I've heard they hop.
Oh dear.
I really need somebody to help me out here because I'm very confused.
You're very new to all of this,
Well, I am a novice, Dr. Strong.